Alright guys, Urban Sentinel. Real quick, I was out doing some grocery shopping, picking up a few odds and ends things, nothing really, out of the ordinary, just a normal grocery shopping run. And again, making the observations, certain products, certain items are just not in supply. Certain brands of items are just not in supply, just completely gone. And in this particular supermarket that I went to, I've been there before. My family had gone to that market earlier in the week, and just from a few days ago to today, which is Sunday, significant change in the availability of certain products. Some things they are, effectively speaking, fully stocked up. They are completely full on the shelves. No fronting, no facing, front to back, top to bottom. Those shelves are full. But then you can look right across the other aisle and you'll see other items completely bare. You'll see the tags up there of what is supposed to be there, but you won't find those products. You'll pass by one area and you'll see, pasta, and you'll see several name brands of pasta, and you'll see several amounts of pasta up there, but only in certain types. And knowing how pasta is, there are dozens of different types of pasta, but you'll only find two or three still up on the shelf. You move into areas such again as pet food. Dry pet food, there's more of it, but fewer of the brands and fewer in the amounts. Wet pet food or in cans, far, far less. Cat food is completely gone from the canned area. It's just dry and moist cat food. Dog food, there are a few, I'll say, cases worth of canned wet dog food. Most of the dog food, again, is still in bags, and even the difference between certain brands within their line, you're only finding one or two. Now, granted, with pet food, it usually tends to come down to beef, chicken, fish, that sort of thing. But even within certain name brands, they tend to have multiple varieties and combinations with other things in them. You go around to condiments. Condiments are up there, but you look at the certain types of condiments, you'll still find hot sauce, but you won't necessarily find a large abundance of, let's say, Frank's, or you won't find as much Tabasco. It might be in the smaller containers versus the larger ones. Flour and sugar, same thing again. You'll still find Domino sugar up there, but what's up there is a lot less. You'll find, King Arthur's flour, but again, a lot less. So right now, where we're at with everything that is going on, and again, the news reports, when you keep watching the global situation that's going on with Russia, it's going to have a major effect. Should the actual event occur where Russia does invade Ukraine, even if it's literally just sticking a toe across the line and saying, we're here, that's going to cause a lot of global panic. And I don't mean just on a local level. It's going to cause a global panic for other nations because they know how that's going to dramatically affect them. And that's going to cause them to effectively close up shop, pull the shutters and everything else to protect themselves. And if that means that they're not going to be producing and trading with other countries, but stay safe, if that's their viewpoint, that's what's going to happen. So again, I had mentioned this in other videos. What is on the shelf now, what's there in those stores and in the warehouses that supply the stores, is effectively what is readily available. There may still be plenty of merchandise in transit through trucks and through trains, but again, anything that is right now still overseas in any way, shape, or form that is not in transit coming to our shores by water or by air, it may not get here when an attack starts. So if an attack starts this week, whatever is on our docks, on our shores, that's here. Whatever is still someplace else, it may not go. Or if it does go, it may have to take a long way around to avoid getting caught in a conflict zone. You may have situations where the supplies that you have are good enough to hold you through, but be very conscious about the fact that there may not be a large plethora of supplies being put up. Some stores may decide to hold some things back just a little bit longer to spread out and make things last a little bit longer. But then the downside to that is, even if it's refrigerated and frozen, it's still going to hit a closer point to the perishing mark, which means that by the time you get it, it may have already gotten to the point of effective expiration, but still be good. But then that also means that when you put it into your supplies, you may have to keep that on the top or use that right away. You may not want to risk keeping it another 2, 3, 4 weeks just to take it out to find out that it's gone bad. Start looking at the food that is there, especially in the produce area. Start looking at the quality of the produce, because you spray something down with water and put it under bright lights, it can look fantastic until you get it home. You start to notice that the texture is a little bit off, or you start to see that it's already starting to form some soft spots on it. Take a look at the meats. Same thing. You've got beef wrapped up in packages. Look to see, is it still pink? Is it still red? Is it a little funny color, little splotches here and there? You look at a chicken wrapped up in the package, same thing. It may look good. Is that package puffed up? Because if there's air in there, it might not be air. It might be the gases being released by bacteria inside the packaging, growing inside the meat. Very small, very subtle, but you might not notice it until it's too late. These are small little things that right now you have to pay critical, close attention to, because it's literally the time it takes to get these items and for you to store them up. The last thing you need is to open up a refrigerator and find that produce is going rotting right there, or open up a package and in the freezer it's got freezer burn already, or you cook something and you did a good job in cooking it but it still tasted off and you end up getting sick a few hours later. You can't take those chances with the money that you have and the little bit of time that we may or may not have. And that's really what it comes down to. There is no definitive on this day, this is what's going to go down. You have to look at it as get what you have, stock it up, keep it organized, keep it ready, keep your plans fluid, because you don't know how things are going to change. Something may happen over there and we may watch it on the news, get all of the information through the internet, but nothing immediately comes down our way until much, much later. That's just the way things go. But the way I feel that everything right now, it's better to be proactive, be ahead, and keep moving forward, so you don't have to worry about what you may or may not have gotten taken care of behind you, because you've already checked that off your list. So you don't have to slow down, you don't have to be distracted. You can just keep pushing forward, getting to where you need to be within your preps, taking care of things that you need to take care of. So that's all I have for right now. I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll catch you later.